My name is Neil Chapman. I am the founder of Boatshed.com. Boatshed.com is a yacht brokerage company which, for those people not familiar, is a bit like an estate agent for boats. We market those boats, and if we're successful in selling the boat to a customer, the previous owner of the boat pays us a commission. We bought a small yacht brokerage business in Milford Haven, which didn't cost us very much money, that was selling about 7 boats a year. We thought it was going to be easy. We sit in the office, people walk in and want to sell their boats, other people want to walk in and buy them. Unfortunately, we sat there for the first 2 or 3 weeks and no one came in the office at all. And the challenge was, it's a long way to Milford Haven to look at boats. So how did we give people the confidence to come and see these boats? The objective was to get the customers essentially to profile themselves, for them to arrive, to look at a boat and be completely comfortable with all of the information. So under a traditional sales model, generally what happens is a limited information is made available. That triggers a response from a customer to inquire, and when they inquire, a set of sales techniques are used to qualify and potentially turn that sales prospect into a buyer. My feeling is that the reverse is actually more effective. By making all the information available up front, the potential buyer pre-qualifies themselves. We change the model, but in order to give them all of the information up front, that's where the internet comes in. We had to have a website. So our idea was quite simple. We go on board each boat, we record lots and lots of information in terms of age, capacities, and then we take loads of photographs. And we photograph all the bits that people don't normally show you when you're buying something second-hand, which is the bilges and the wiring and the upholstery and all the various bits on the boat. And then we put that information online, and it gave people a greater confidence to travel. The reason that we called it Boatshed was we were after something that was easy to remember, easy to spell, so when you typed it into the web browser you could find it, and that had a fun kind of ring to it, rather than a sort of MilfordYachtBrokerage.com approach. The conversion rate was the biggest change. To start with, we were doing 16 physical viewings on each boat before it sold. So people were turning up, walking along the pontoon, looking at the boat and going, oh no, it's not what I thought it was. By putting all of this information online and all the photographs and all the information, we turned a 16 viewing average to an average now across the group of about 2.5. And that's why we went from, in the first year, a business that was selling 7 boats to a business that was selling 118. The way that we knew our business was improving was through an increase in sales. That to me was the vital dynamic, coupled with the fact that people were actually then coming to us and saying, we would like to buy this business. That was, you know, a fundamental endorsement of the success. We took good advice in terms of franchising and started to franchise the product. That enabled people to use our processes and systems. We had lots of demand from a whole range of locations, initially in the UK and in Spain. That means that we've now grown to 54 locations, from Seattle in the US to Phuket in Thailand. My 3 top tips for improving your business is, firstly, technology. Technology is where it's at, so invest as much as you possibly can in technology solutions. Number 2, never give up. It can get really bad sometimes and you feel like jacking it in, but always pick yourself up and go forwards. And my 3rd tip is, you've got to constantly reinvent, reevaluate what you're doing and innovate. We are now moving to a whole another stage of our expansion. There is a big demand for people who want to sell their boats with us where we don't have coverage, and that's why we're now launching a whole new partner facility where existing boat businesses can take on our processes, our platform, our technology to be able to add a whole total new service to their marine business, which fundamentally will take us to where we want to be, which is within 5 years 200 locations, or as I like to say, a Boatshed in every port.